Falling in love quickly can feel really exciting. You feel like you finally found your match. And then when you become physically intimate, your brain begins to release those feel-good chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin and endorphins. And you become infatuated with this person. You begin to obsess over them. And you combine that with romantic ideas about what love is, and now you're head over heels in love. But are you really in love? If you are the kind of person who tends to fall in love quickly, it could be affecting your ability to enter into a truly healthy relationship. I'm sharing 5 ways to slow down the dating process so you can balance your head and your heart and have the healthiest relationships. Number 1, create a list of must-haves that you want in a partner. It is so important to be mindful of the qualities that you would like to find in a partner. Creating a simple must-have checklist can help you get clear on the things you can't live without in a future partner. And this is a hard list that people come up with because they come up with the wrong things. So I want you to name 5 things that you must have in a partner, and your list might include things like a generous spirit, someone who likes to laugh at the absurdities of life, not just a good sense of humor, but the kind of humor that gels with your sense of humor, self-awareness and a growth mindset, similar family values, and good communicator. When you're dating, you're going to take that list and you're going to check to see if your date has some, if not all, of your must-haves. This list is going to keep you from ignoring your core needs and wants in a partner, especially if the attraction is off the charts. The second way to stop falling in love quickly is to create a clear list of deal breakers. So you've created your must-haves, now you need to create your deal breakers. Even if you feel an initial connection with somebody, check to see if there are any red flags, because as I've said many times, one red flag makes all the good qualities of a person, all the attraction, it doesn't matter at all. The red flag is something you need to pay attention to because it will take you down. Here are some examples of some deal breakers. Somebody who's always impatient with you. Somebody who has controlling behaviors. Somebody who doesn't have a personal growth path, that doesn't care to learn and grow. Somebody who is discussing their ex-partners with anger and blame from the very first conversation. Somebody who talks about traumas early on in the relationship and identifies with that part of themselves. They are like obsessed with their victim mentality of how they grew up. Somebody who is moving too quickly, like saying you're the one and pushing for physical intimacy before you're ready. Somebody who communicates poorly or inconsistently. They text you, then 3 days later they text you again, or they take you on a date and then it takes 2 more weeks to go on the next date. Somebody with anger issues and somebody who is unkind to service workers. If you have an insecure attachment style, you might be missing or dismissing red flags. If you do notice a potential red flag, it could be a sign that you need to end this relationship before it even begins, or ask questions to understand that red flag better. It might not be a true red flag. If it's still unclear whether you should end things, set a boundary for this person to respect your space, your body, your time, your energy, and how they respond is going to tell you everything you need to know about whether you go on another date. The third way to stop falling in love quickly is if you have insecure attachment style, practice secure attachment behaviors. Here are some examples of secure attachment behaviors. Number 1, date slowly. Go on many dates over many weeks or months before committing to an exclusive relationship. It takes time to get to know somebody, even if you feel attraction. Be open about your emotions and look for a partner who's comfortable being open about theirs too. Take space when you need it and see if your partner respects your needs. It's really important to have that space so you can reflect. End a relationship if you feel that it is dysregulating to your nervous system. If you're constantly anxious, if you're constantly thinking that they're talking to other people and they don't care about you because they give you little breadcrumbs of attention, you want to end that because it is not healthy for you. And the last point is, if you end a relationship because of deal breakers, do not get back together. This person has not changed. Sometimes people make changes, but until you see those changes, this person has not changed. The fourth way to stop falling in love quickly is to create a life you love. If you tend to jump from one relationship to the next, it might be due to low self-esteem and maybe your life isn't full enough. I recommend creating a life you love before you fall in love with somebody else again. Find hobbies that you love. Find volunteer work that makes you happy. Take yourself on dates and do things that you would love to do with a partner. Go to dinner by yourself, travel alone, join meetup groups, and find new friends who share similar interests. And consider keeping a journal to track your progress as you work on your self-care and your self-love. Because when your life is full, you are less likely to turn to a relationship to make you happy. The fifth way to stop falling in love quickly is to match somebody's energy. I find so many people who jump in too quickly, they miss signs that the other person is not that invested in getting to know them. That shows up in how they text, and how they call, and how they show you attention when they are with you. Do they show up for you? So pay attention to the way they communicate and how much they respect your time, your energy, and your space. I hope that these tips will help you to stop falling in love so quickly. And if you still are a person who wants some support in not falling in love so quickly and want to dive a little deeper, I invite you to join my Broken Picker workshop. It is happening tomorrow, Sunday, April 6th, and it's between 6 and 8:30 p.m. I'm going to help you to repair your broken picker. If you pick the wrong partners, if you fall too quickly, go to lastfirstdate.com/broken picker. And I hope to see you there. We still have a few spots left.